Hello and welcome to Dungeon Not Included. I'm Brennan Taylor, your GM. And with me tonight, go ahead, Frank.
Everyone, Frank. I'm Frank. I'm playing Polly, a mushroom person. Not really. Who's into mushrooms? That's more.
Person who's into mushrooms, yes.
Yeah.
I am Rebel. I am playing Mongoose, a slimy, sneaky, slippery snake.
But not literally.
Metaphorically.
But not literally.
Not literally.
In this world of body augmentation, it is a possibility, but not
Right.
And I'm Alex. I'm playing Jackie Hyde, a shapeshifter with some control over their ability to shapeshift and a lot of uncontrol. Actually, I'm pretty sure are we starting a new day? So I have no idea how because otherwise I don't remember how my character's presenting. I think it was an old woman last time, right?
That was last time, yes.
Yes.
No, Old Woman was a while.
Yeah,
ago.
that was like a couple of
weeks
ago.
It's been a bit. But yeah, we'll see how they're presenting in a bit.
Yeah. Sounds good, because I think we were just about to the point where you were going to start another job.
Yes.
Had we decided on what that job was?
Yes, it was Ask Technology or the other one of the people we hate. It wasn't Ask Technology.
It was the other one we hate, and we were talking about reallocating
Macro Technology.
Yes, Ares Macro Tech, and we were going to reallocate some of their funds in order to make their lives harder. We also were at a point, if I remember correctly, where we were about to do some important role, and we decided we were going to wait till the very beginning of this one to do it, so we didn't forget.
Yeah, we should mention that we're playing Runners in the Shadows. If we haven't yet, we may have at some point, or in the time you've seen this podcast, or in the description below. But yes, so I think we decided espionage. This was gonna it wasn't espionage.
No, we decided magic. You're going to use your mushroom magic.
Magic. How did I forget that? Mushrooms.
That's make people suggestible so we can get in and get out, and they'll just be.
There was talk of a fungus kaiju, but I believe we backburnered that one for later.
Yeah. We said let's save the fungus kaiju for another time.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All sorts of caught up now. So we were smart enough to save that big roll for the top of the podcast. I'm gonna see if I can share our roll for your party screen, which is pretty much other than a Google spreadsheet, the only technology we use on this game.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's relatively tight. I like that. All right, I'm gonna just stall for a minute as I get that tab ready to go.
All right, I'm going to use faster engagement this time for the engagement roll so that we don't have to go through all these questions. It says roll 2 dice if the target is ready or waiting. Roll 1 die if both. Roll 3 die if neither. Ares does not know you're about to do this. They are not ready and waiting for you. So that's 3 dice. But you're going to take a -1 because you're at a major disadvantage because Ares is a much higher tier than you are.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is true.
For now.
So you're going to be rolling 2 dice for your engagement roll.
I can't wait to find out why they hate us, because it feels like they shouldn't even know we exist. Like maybe we invented the fact that they hate us, but no, there's some bad blood.
No, they literally hate you.
Yeah.
It's established.
All right. Do we know the total pool? Or are we ready to roll? Or is there more questions?
2 dice.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Does one of us roll or you roll?
One of you should roll.
All right. I'm sharing. I might as well roll. 2d6. And it is
scroll down.
double sixes.
Holy.
Nice.
Okay, that would be a critical if you could get a critical on this roll, which you can. But it means you are enjoying a dominant advantage when you have initiative when the action starts. There's very little risk at the moment.
Okay.
Perfect. I'll take that.
Love it. I love it. How do we have the dominant advantage here? I don't want it to be just
I
that
think because
don't
they
care.
literally are not expecting this.
Yeah.
Like
They certainly aren't
literally,
expecting
they
a
were
mushroom assault.
First of all, they were like, "Hey, we want to offer you a job," and we were like, "Go suck it." And they're like, "Okay, then." And now we're just attacking them, right? And also, we're not coming in here like, "Oh, we have all this tech to attack you." We're like, "We're gonna infect your people with mushrooms,
Magic mushrooms, but
Mhm.
not literally.
literally magic mushrooms,
Literally, but not that kind of literally. Yeah.
but not like the colloquial use of magic mushrooms,
Not
like a
psychedelic
literal
mushrooms. Well,
mushroom
slightly
that is
psychedelic.
magic.
A little bit of psychedelic there.
Unless, right?
Unless
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good.
All right. So what was your plan exactly? What are you doing precisely?
I believe we are going to use a variety of mushroom I have been working on to expand the minds of key employees or people we believe are key employees to allow us to access their infrastructure and transfer funds and them think it's a great idea.
Okay.
yeah. And I'm gonna be on the computer end of this because I think I'm the only one who has interface.
I think you might.
Yes, I believe that to be true.
All right. So the initial approach has little risk. So you are bypassing security with little risk on your mushroom magic roll.
Okay.
Roll them bones, Polly.
Yeah, let's do that. And that's going to be a sense, right?
Yes, if you're using the magic of the mushrooms.
I am. And I'm gonna just for since I was the last position to roll, I'm going to clear the field. All right. Nope, didn't put the dice. Sorry. Wait for a minute, and then I will put 2 in there and submit. Technology. I'm so glad I cleared the dice. That is another double 6.
Frank, you're using up all the good rolls.
Wild.
Yes, I love it. All right.
So describe to me how this works. This mushroom magic. Okay. Did you prep them beforehand, or are you using it on them when you approach?
Oh, I definitely prep it beforehand. So somewhere in our abandoned church, there is just a lot of funk, right? Just both the music and the smell, right? And it's throbbing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a great beat, but on a piece of like redwood I reclaimed from somewhere, there's a bunch of different spores and fungi blossoming, fruiting right there. And there's a patch that I know are the ones that I'm preparing. And to the layman, they're looking at, and I'm growing mushrooms. Maybe they're magic mushrooms. Maybe they're going to make someone lose their mind or lose control of themselves. But that's not what they do at all. I pray over them every day, and I commune with Mother Mycelium, Father Fungi, and ask them to help whoever imbibes these mushrooms to see the interconnectivity of the world, to see that we are all children of the same earth, and that it would be really cool if they were chill. And that's what happens when you eat this thing. You actually have like you astral project and you connect with one another, and you connect on a level that's unheard of. So you're more willing to do anything as long as there's like a reasonable reason to do it.
Okay. So it makes people much more suggestible.
Yes, it almost in a way, because I don't want to like take over people's minds. I think they get it. They get that this is just money. It's going to help some other people. And sure, those people will be dead too, and so will I, and none of this really matters. But it would be cool if I helped someone once. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. In a way, this is all just a game. Like that level of they do buy into it. They kind of like if it wears off, they're still kind of like, I know what I did, and I'm okay with it. And I present this. I just
mushrooms that get you high and make you chill.
Yes, and I think I present this as the least smooth way. Is Polly shows up one day with what's a good meal that's mushroom based that I could present to someone? Like,
mushroom. I mean, I'm a big fan of a mushroom risotto, personally.
There you go, a mushroom risotto. I'm like, here, this is great. And for whatever reason, they're like, all right, maybe I look like the delivery guy. Maybe they ordered out just before I showed up. Polly did not plan that, but it worked perfectly. I showed up and I take the place of the delivery person and deliver them their meal.
All right.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is an exceptional result. You can bump the effect of this up to full effect.
What would be the difference between those two?
So critical is a great or extreme effect is what it says. But because of the difference in scale between you and this company, you were going to have less of an effect.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to bump it up. And the food is so good that the guards who were trying to get convinced, they like the food. They're like, you got to try this, and they give it to their higher ups. So people who would not have ordered with the flubs would also be imbibing. I keep saying imbibing this mushroom risotto of chillaxitude.
You've got to have brought like several sheet pans of mushroom risotto.
Yes,
it's gotta be like a catering tray.
Oh yeah,
mushroom risotto.
I think Tom Hanks is a catering truck right now. Woody Tom Hanks is a. I hope people haven't watched or listened to the last episode or two. You deserve it. Download every episode if you don't know what Woody Tom Hanks means.
Tom Hanks.
I kind of like. Well, so. I think that what I like about this and what might be able to make this work is, could we have? I know we're supposed to do this. Can we do a flashback to planning thing? I think it would be wonderful if we had found out that it is like that day of the month that they do everyone's birthday in the office, that just like, it's all the April birthdays today. I
love that because it's also very dystopian that that's a company that does that.
Yeah, right. Like it's a super mega corp, but they have the one day that's all the birthdays for that month. They get it out of the way. It's for party planning committee, so that when you show up with sheep pans of risotto, they're like, oh, this must be for the party. And it's one of those things too where corporate has sent out one of those memos that's like, we highly encourage all employees to attend the birthday celebration. Like, it's not like a threat, but it's kind of a threat. Like, you better show up. Yeah.
And also it's like all held like on the off hours, so they're not being paid for their time.
100% it is. This company is not, this is an evil company, so of course they're not being paid for this forced party. But at least it's get free risotto. The food's always good.
For the company it's like their where they store their non-fungible tokens.
My favorite thing about Shadowrun is and Cyberpunk in general, and it's like the longer we wait, the more it's like, oh, this is gonna happen. All right, this is happening.
Everybody gets company script that they have to spend.
That's right.
Yeah, it's an electronic currency that's owned by the company.
I was gonna say they have like their own internal NFTs that they're selling and stuff like that. Right. They have.
Ares macro technology may be a weapons manufacturer, but also its main source of income is NFT.
Yeah.
You buy the little token, the little art piece to put in your company profile.
Yeah.
Right.
On the
your little me character can't get that special hat unless you get that raise.
100%.
Oh my god. Fucking nobody 20 years ago was thinking when they were writing their cyberpunk dystopia, oh, I know, people will buy and sell art for millions of dollars that they don't own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Images of
And
art.
yet it's
JPEGs.
something real that happened
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yep.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Non-pro coin is still doing very well, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, of course it is.
Very select audience, but
Yes. Mm-hmm.
mint.
I didn't know non-pro was getting into cryptocurrency.
Of
Oh,
course.
we have a crypto.
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
but
on a,
real quick, can you explain what a blockchain is?
absolutely not. But I will say this: this is not entirely untrue. This was a joke about a year ago. I think I don't even remember what it was. I said we're gonna have a big announcement, something we were doing, and somebody was like, "Non-Pro's releasing non-pro coin," and I was like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah, you got it.
I think we
nailed
need
it.
it, and I don't remember what
Mhm.
happened to it, so it's probably worth many, many, many things. But it's
Oh,
out
yeah.
there. It's happening. Yes.
I'm, like,
So
literally
whatever,
tearing up.
like
Anyway,
I
back
kind
to
of
the game we're playing.
exactly. I kind of imagine that Jackie and Mongoose are kind of like talking about the plan, and in the background, Polly's just sort of dancing to the funk and preparing the risotto, and it's really just not quite paying attention to the fact that this is an evil company getting
Mhm.
served. But in fact, he wants them to eat, or they want them to eat this because it's good. He put his love.
Well,
in
the
Yeah, I'm
risotto's so
just-
delicious
so-
that everybody had some.
Yeah.
What I'm imagining is it's like heist music. Jackie and Mongoose are at the table and they're like, we'll infiltrate here and bring it to this conference room at this time. And then cuts to Polly and there's just like the girl from Ipanema playing as they make the risotto, right?
Yes.
And it just like cuts back and forth and it's like important technical talk.
Love it. Polly's definitely wearing their headphones, so it's like the audio is in media res. It's like
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like in the background, you can see the two of them like pointing at a map and stuff while Polly's dancing around
Mhm.
in the kitchen.
honestly, if this were purely cinematic, since we definitely have bad blood with them in the past, there's going to be a moment where one of the two of you says, remember, ever since that horrible thing from my backstory, I can never trust them. You never told me about that backstory. Well, it was, and then back to Polly. You just see the
Mhm.
mouthing of the characters and them just shaking their heads.
Mhm.
Something
Like
very a lot of gravitas is happening, but you're not hearing
Somebody
it.
like stabs a knife into the table and
Sure.
Ridiculous.
yeah.
Nice. All right. So you've managed to deliver the risotto. You're in as caterers,
Good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
and the risotto was a big hit at the party.
Great.
Perfect.
Yes.
All
They're
right.
starting to cut into the cake now.
I'm gonna pull aside. I think so. I wanna say that we like have a list of names and what their jobs are because it seems like basic prep. Like we don't have like photos, but we
Like-
can like look them up in the company directory
Exactly,
or whatever.
Yeah.
And since these are people from every department, because this is the monthly birthday celebration,
Yep.
that is not mandatory, quote unquote. I assume people are going to be wearing name tags so that people from other departments can recognize them. So we can go by the name tags to try and
People have badges here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, Mongoose is gonna sidle up to somebody in accounting, and after a little while has passed since they've eaten the risotto, and say, "Fuck, I need to think of a non-French accent real quick."
Cowboy.
Yeah.
Cowboy, definitely.
I was gonna go with Southern. hey there, you got a minute? I need some help with something. And I'm basically trying to coax them into going to their computer.
Mm-hmm.
So taking you up to their office, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me just see what kind of roll that's going to be. That'll be
influence?
Influence check, yes.
Okay, good, because I'm good at that.
Dice are cleared.
All right. It's a 4.
Well, that's a success.
Yeah.
With a complication.
Even better.
Okay.
So you've
like
been
things
convinced to
easy.
go up to, you've convinced them to take you up to their workstation.
Right.
So are you dragging the rest of the team along, or is it just you?
I don't know. So let's discuss this a little bit. I feel like it would be suspicious for 3 caterers to.
So I was wondering too, are you a caterer or are you dressed as somebody from the company? I think it would make sense for Frank and I to be caterers, but you to sneak in as like IT or something like that. Something that might be
okay, that totally
innocuous enough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had like a caterer's vest on, and then you just took that off when you got inside.
Yeah,
mingled
like that.
with
because
the party.
Nice business casual clothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What's your name tag
so
say?
It says Barbara Gordon.
Love it. Love it. Perfect.
Yeah, so I will pretend to ask for some help with some I'll say essentially I need help with figuring this thing out on a computer. We'll say I'm like from HR or something is what my badge says.
Okay.
Sounds good.
And I sidle over to somebody who, from our list that we found, was in the accounting department, and I say, "Hey, could you help me out with something? I know it's the party, but this is like something that needs to get done by Monday, and I didn't do it on Friday, so."
Okay. So you go up to this accountant's workstation, but down where you two are, the rest of the caterers are starting to pack up.
Oh, yeah, I guess every other part of the meal that wasn't us. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't subsist on mushroom risotto alone. So
Right, of course. We're not
Right.
savages. All right. So do we have a fun way to get Mongoose out that we want to play with? Because we could just leave at this point and we're good. But the question is, how does Mongoose leave? And I think we would have had some sort of plan for that.
I think so. Do we want to do a flashback to plan it?
I think we only have to flashback if we don't succeed. Okay. I'm sort of just deciding what we're doing.
I mean, we could easily pull the Scooby-Doo-esque cart with a tablecloth over it that Mongoose will climb into and we will roll out of there at the end.
Yeah.
Well, that does limit the amount of time Mongoose has to do this then.
Right.
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is true. Mongoose, do you have any other abilities to you could lie and get your way out, right?
I can.
Okay, so I guess the plan is that you're going to get away your way out, probably taking someone's badge or something. We won't know what that is until we get across it.
Right.
But that means I'm okay with leaving if Jackie is.
Is there anything else we'd want to do here while we are here? We know these people don't like us anyway, so is there any other information that might be worth you and I trying to get that might be able to either help us down the line or you know what I mean? Like I feel like we can get more out of this situation. We're inside. We've managed to get ourselves inside the heart of the beast. I feel like
I have an idea. I think we should do this from two different angles. Mongoose is handling this through IT. I think we need to get some more information from their budget office, their accounts payable, and I've got an invoice for catering that needs to be resolved. So that's going to be us trying to get that resolved and maybe get some info from who their accounts payable people are. So we have two different venues to get money potentially from the company.
Perfect. And and if that's going to be the way that you want to run that, where you're going to try and get that, then I will take care of covering food services while the two of you disappear.
If we quickly look at our stats, I think maybe you're the one who's doing this. I'm just sort of walking around because I've got nothing that I can talk to. I just I could talk about risotto for a while.
Yeah, I have the most I have is one influence on that. I mean, my big things, I'm all in body. If we wanted to make it so that somebody's crawling through vents, that's me, but I don't know how much.
All right. I'll take lead on this, and my hope is that I'm going to be able to invoke the magic and woo them to give me what I want.
Cool.
Okay, so you're going to try and do it with magic.
Yes.
All right, cool. Because you can call to the mushrooms that they've eaten.
Yes.
And intensify the effect.
Right. So two different ways get into almost the same thing, but we'll see what happens.
All right. So to avoid being suspicious, Jackie, you've got to pack everything up and put it back in your vehicle.
Yep. That's my plan is I'm going to just start, packing up and, trying to be as nonchalant as possible. Go to the other, working hard or hardly working, kind of small talk with the others, well, the other caterers.
Fuck work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, work sucks, right? Yep. Work sucks. Let's, do the normal thing. So.
Okay. All right, Frank. So I'm going to make you make a roll.
Here's a question that could lead to some potential fun.
Mm-hmm.
How does the mushroom have to be ingested in order for this to work, or are you and I risking things by general exposure?
No, I think you have to be.
It has to be ingested.
Yeah, okay. I think it has to be ingested.
Perfect.
And also so that this isn't just a standard, we gave them sodium pentothal or something like just boring. I think there's a lot of intent that has to happen here. We're the ones invoking the magic, and they are the people having it had effect on it.
Perfect. Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. What's the roll?
Since you're using mushrooms to do this, you can do it with a sense.
Okay, good. And whoops, let me share that before I roll. I haven't cleared the thing, but I don't think I need to since I'm a different color.
That's okay. I'm blue, so
yeah,
it'll be a different color when you
3.
Oh, 2 3.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you go up to this bursar or somebody who's supposed to pay you, and you realize they weren't at the party.
Oh, the one person who's working. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So how do I get to pump up this roll? This is do I take edge and get a chance to, is it re-roll, or do I just increase it by something?
You basically get an extra die if you do edge, and you normally have to do that before you roll.
Oh, I thought it was something. What is the flashback? One of our fun mechanics we really want to invoke. How does that work?
You can say that you were planning for this because you knew that the guy didn't go down, and then tell me what your plan was.
Oh, so there's no I don't spend edge to do that, or
you may have to, depending on how infeasible your plan is.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So
I kind of like the idea, Frank, that like while Mongoose was just grab anyone who works in this area, you had one specific person you had to find, and so we didn't know for sure. I mean, they're supposed to all go to the party, but yeah.
Right. So, well, I think I like the planning that we knew this person because we're looking for someone who is currently working and maybe will not be like allowed to take time off. Right. Everybody's doing this during their free time. So this is a person who's right at a console, is doing their job, would be the prime target to target for this, but it's riskier. So the way I'm going to do this is say, so I do have a couple. I'm sorry to just barge in like this and to take your time. We need to have our invoice paid, and it hasn't been yet. Although everybody has already gotten some food. I will say though, I know this is a last minute thing, so I did happen to bring you a care package, and I had like it's like in any office where like, okay, I know you had to work through this, but here are some of the bagels from the meeting you couldn't go to, that kind of deal.
Cool. All right. Well, that is going to be.
And actually, just to make it a little bit more fun, because it just seems mushroom risotto seems a little weird to be handing to someone. The mushrooms on this one, it's same mushrooms, but they're presented as chocolate truffles over some sort of little dessert. And who could say no? Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be an influence roll. So this may be where you want to get that bonus die.
Yes. And that's what I will do. So I will, I guess, mark edge and then get, what is my influence? Oh no, where am I? I think it's 1 or even none.
You mark 2 edge.
2 edge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you do that, or do you need me to do that?
I need you to do that.
Okay.
I have some account issues right now.
They decided that they don't want your business anymore, Frank.
That's right. All right. And then I have 1 die to roll for influence then?
That is correct.
Ugh. All right. This is the Hail Mary. I would definitely want to share my screen for this one.
Let's clear the screen.
Don't forget to clear it yet.
All right. It's all clear. Submit.
Another 3.
Yay.
Oh my God.
3.
Well, Frank used all our 6s early.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
That is true. So you present this dessert and the invoice, and the person looks at you very annoyed and says, I'm allergic to mushrooms.
Oh,
Polly
shit.
looks like they're about to strangle that person. the most offended they've ever looked. Like eyes got real squinty, like, oh yeah, it's on now. Okay. Is there anything I could do to modify that roll?
No, you got to let it ride at this point.
Yeah, I think so. Although I would love to take a deal with the dragon for that. A dragon taught me an irresistible recipe for chocolate. Okay. And I'm like, Do they put it like, does the person put it like aside, like puts the paperwork and the dessert aside, like thank you but no thank you, or do they write in the garbage? Like how
the food goes in the garbage.
Oh, wow. All right, I want to know this person's name. We'll find out. We could interact with them later. There are other players in this game. Please, if you're watching us live or listening to the podcast, tell us what this person's character's name, because Polly is gunning for them.
Okay,
gunning for them. But I leave with my tail between my legs, and glad that's the worst that happened.
Rebel.
Right. So I've gotten up to this person's office, and they have eaten the mushroom risotto.
They have.
So basically I want to say, no matter what I do with my login, I just can't get this to work. Do you think you could log into the computer and show me how it's done?
All right. So what you're trying to influence or persuade them.
Correct.
Your risk is low because they are highly suggestible at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And,
I got a 6.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
They're so helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should just roll 6s. Guys.
Yeah, I
we should
think
roll
I don't
6s.
know why we keep rolling these other numbers.
Yeah.
6 is the best one.
Not as good.
Yeah, so I'm basically like, could you do this? And so they're like, sure, let me log in for you. And I'm like, oh shoot, could you just go over to the accounts and just transfer some money out? And they're like, okay. I essentially ask them very nicely to remove funds from Ares Macro Tech and put it into several different accounts, like charitable accounts.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Is there any other group who we don't like? Because to send a bunch of money over to them to create a trail might not be a bad idea.
Well, we don't like as technology.
So, like, if we were to send like 10% to them and 90% to charities, when they backlog it, they're going to be like, oh, this must have been as technologies who did this, giving themselves a little bit and then giving it out to others and maybe help redirect. Does that make sense?
That's a good call. I think that we would definitely have planned for something like that. So let's say I ask for that. And it'll be to the order of like several hundred millions, like the total amount that I'm having this person take out, right?
Okay. So, and you're having him transfer it to a variety of charities and as technology as well.
Yes.
All right. What kind of charities?
Oh, well, there's the orphanage.
I would say that I think I would prefer, or I think Jackie would recommend, not the orphanage directly, but companies that the orphanage or charitable organizations that the orphanage might draw from themselves, like Salvation Army kind of places or food pantries, some places that they'll be able to benefit indirectly, but I wouldn't want it tied directly to this particular group or even the organization that pays this group, because I don't want to put my family in danger.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, food pantries, some like homeless shelters, domestic abuse places, stuff like that. All kinds of different places. And like in numbers that are like significant donations.
Places with good press and fairly good lawyers. So that if they try to get their money back, if they try to get their money back, they'll just rip them, drag them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, Alex.
Yes.
As you are packing up your van.
Yes.
The van's name?
Tom Hanks.
It would be Tom Hanks.
Packing up Tom Hanks and shoving all the leftover mushrooms in Tom Hanks.
It's a van with Woody panels. And, Tom Hanks. For all the people who just tuned in, I'm sorry. I just reiterated.
Yep.
All right. So you're putting all of your stuff in Tom Hanks.
Loading it in, Hanks, packing it up.
And
here's the question that might lead to this. Am I our getaway driver at this point, or are we all going separate ways to get out?
Yeah,
no, I
probably.
think you're the getaway driver is the plan.
Yep. Then I'm loading up and then getting in the car and throwing on a podcast and listening to
what? Does it not include
I'm listening to some sort of Runners in the Shadow true crime.
Oh, that's so good. I love that.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. It's going to be called Serial Filed Off.
Oh,
that's terrible.
That's terrible. Well, speaking of terrible, we got a name coming in on Facebook, so we can't present them on the screen. But Dave suggests Debbie Deserter for the name of the accounts payable person I have revenge. Maybe their name is Debbie, and I'm referring to her as Debbie Deserter because I'm so hurt.
Yeah,
allergic to mushrooms. I'll show you allergic to mushrooms. All right, that's the first name. If no others come in, we may be going with it. I think it's a good one though. Debbie.
All right.
Debbie.
All right. Yes. And you're marching down the hallway when you are confronted with a security officer. And he says, sir, I don't think you're supposed to be up here.
Did he eat the risotto?
Probably.
Okay. I'd say to him, I think you're right. How do I get out?
Okay.
Yeah. And just, can you leave me out?
And just use the
mushroom
magic.
I'm using the mushroom magic to let him do what's completely within his job description. He's going to let me out. I'm not supposed to be there, and he's going to take me out.
Okay. So if this goes wrong, it'll go wrong pretty spectacularly. So
yes.
I'm going to call this desperate, which means you get an XP for this.
Ooh, good. All right. And is this assess?
This is a sense.
Assess. Whatever. All right. Too many words to learn. Can't it all just be charisma? I'm sorry.
It would be either a sense or it would be influence. Your choice.
No, a sense makes sense.
A 5.
Yay!
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right. So he's going to escort you out. The complication is he escorts you to Tom Hanks, and then he expects both you and Jackie to leave.
Okay.
While Mongoose is still doing their work upstairs.
Leave where? Like, are we? Let's get a little bit
facility.
More. All right.
Yeah, because if it's remember correctly, it's a walled off facility. So we're probably parked inside, and they're probably asking us to leave the walled area.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be gone as soon as we finish loading up the car. And I start helping load up, but I'm gonna try to drag it out as long as possible.
I think Jackie actually already loaded.
Yeah, I know. I loaded it already. So I think that Jackie turns to you and says, did you grab the large carafe?
Oh,
no, we need that. We can't go back to the warehouse without all of the stuff. Like not again, not after last time. We need to have everything.
Right.
And I'm gonna turn to the security guard and say, like, I'm so sorry. I promise we'll be out of here in just a minute. We just came. We did the birthday thing, and you got to help us out. We just need to get back upstairs to the conference room really quick. I need to grab 1 or 2 small things that we left behind, and then we are out of here. So I don't know if you can hear the fire truck.
Plus, there's that fire truck going on.
You've
got a lot on your plate.
An emergency.
Oh, it's still there. It's still there. You really need to handle that, security guard from this role-playing game. Sorry for those of you listening to the podcast.
He's watching you like a hawk.
Sorry, everyone.
Basically. So he's just going to watch you like a hawk as you go.
Sure.
Okay.
So he can walk us upstairs. It's fine with me.
Yeah.
But we're going to kill time.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember what floor we left it on. I think they needed it on this. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
More
Is it-
emergency vehicles.
The cops
Yeah,
sense their
sorry.
presence and they drive into
we're
the
just-
building.
You know what? It's a theater of the mind, and we put this all in post on the podcast
Yeah.
so that you could understand the
What
urgency.
sirens?
Mhm.
This is all. It's all in your head, listener.
Our
We
producers
got
are
a
genius.
sound effects keyboard, so
Mhm.
now we can put in sirens whenever we want. So if you ever hear sirens in the podcast, that's intentional.
Hey, we got another 5-star review. That's your siren.
You, the listeners, have ingested magic mushrooms, and you are now hearing and hallucinating things.
It's all in your heads.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, I guess we're on Mongoose, trying to get Mongoose.
Yeah, so Mongoose.
But we're not actually. This is even worse.
Yeah.
This is even worse than that. We are now back in the building where Mongoose is not expecting us to be, with the security guard escorting us around. Mongoose could very well leave and come find an empty car with no keys in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is not necessarily a better situation at all.
No. Yeah, so after I've finished, I think I'll just head downstairs. Like I'm dressed like an office worker. I don't think they're gonna be expecting me like I don't think people are gonna try and stop me.
That's the hope.
Right. But when I want to get back to the room where they had the party, and I want to put back on my catering vest and then head down for Tom Hanks.
Okay, so I want you to make another influence check.
Okay.
For your bluff.
All right.
You're acting like you belong there.
Ooh, 1
Ooh.
and 2. So a 2.
Oof.
Yeah, when you arrive at the conference room where you were going to switch back into catering garb, both Polly and Jackie are there, and they are accompanied by a security guard who is looking at you suspiciously.
Can I ask what's in the room? Like, what's left behind? Is there anything? I know we cleared out.
There's nothing there. You cleared it out. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but I know that we weren't the only caterers.
Yeah, no, they're done clearing out too.
Okay.
My guess is we would have taken the uniform out as the last thing we took out because we don't want to leave a uniform behind.
Mhm.
Right.
And that's sort of like we were waiting. Mongoose isn't here yet, so Mongoose has got her own plan to get out, and now we're foiled. So we're all in that room with where the catering happened with
a security guard who is pretty certain something fishy's going on.
All right. Polly is gonna go to the door, and I'm sure that these aren't like complicated locks because this is an office. It's probably just one of those push button, the door's locked, and I lock the door.
Okay.
Why?
What's your name? To the security guard.
He's gonna say, "It's John."
John, I want to tell you a couple of things, and I want you to have an open mind.
All right. He's resting his hand on his gun now.
Yeah, I am going to attempt to, for the first time, embrace, like, bring John into the fold of the faith.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going full into it about the interconnectivity of the world, about...
And if he ate some of the mushrooms, then
Yeah.
you should be able to get him to connect with this spiritual...
Yes. I pulled up the dice too fast, but yeah, that's exactly my plan. Just this is a Hail Mary. He's either going to get out of this somewhat of a convert or full-blown convert, or this is not going to work.
I think it's fair to call this a sense.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's also fair to say that he's probably going to open fire if you fail. So.
Yeah, at very least draw the weapon because I'm not like attacking him in any way. I could just sound like a crazy religious person, which may open fire on. I don't know.
He might just
yeah.
shoot you.
Yeah. All right.
Like another mushroom guy.
This third one this week. All right. To assess and then let's
Can you push the edge or anything first before you do this?
I haven't shown my dice yet. I don't think so. Oh, it is before, right?
Yeah, you have to do it before.
Okay, yes, I will do that, please. And then that'll be an extra die, right?
You want to push then?
I want to push.
Yeah, why don't you? Okay. You want to clear and do 3 at once?
No,
because the audience hasn't seen them.
I'll do an extra one. That seems fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And yeah, I haven't seen them either. You're looking
at
no, I know what I can see.
Okay, you're one stress away. You're one edge away from trauma at this point.
And I think that's fine. If like literally I can't convince anyone, even when drugged, then that this is the way, then the trauma should come. All right, scrolling down. Ooh.
Oh my god!
Frank.
A 1, a 2, and a 3.
Not
you
good.
literally could not have any other result would have been better than this.
I'm adding one more die just to see which one was the one I just got, because I'm not sure where it shows up, and I'm curious.
It actually comes in, Frank. They come up numeric every time. I think it goes.
Oh, okay.
It's automatic.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll never know. But that doesn't matter. It was a 3d6 and 1, 2, and 3. Ugh.
So
Stink.
He draws his gun and he points it at you and he's like, "Did you dose the food?"
At this point, so we if at least in my head, the way this room is set up, it was the 3 of us were all in here. He was 3 of us are in the room, like there's tables set up. Frank walked past the guard to go to the door to lock it. And so the guard would be facing Frank, which means Mongoose and I are behind him. Right, because he had gone across to lock the door and then turn and talk to him. So
instant that will be true, but it won't be true for long.
No, that's fine. While this conversation is happening and we start seeing the hand go to the gun, Jackie has made their weapon again and reformed the narwhal's tusk style rapier out of hair, just in case combat is needed.
Okay. Are you going to do anything with it yet?
Oh no! This was while I was waiting. Now that it's been drawn, now the gun's been drawn, I might do. Unless anyone else thinks they can do something to stop him, because I don't mind giving this guy a good poke or rap on the hand or something.
Polly answers the question and says, "Definitely not drugged." That's why this is sad.
Since Mongoose walked in, after 2 seconds of assessing the situation, she has been acting like she doesn't know these people and doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And she's like, "Oh my god, you drugged us?"
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 kinds of people.
And so she's gonna go up to this guy and like tug on his arm to be like, "Holy shit, save me."
Are you tugging on? Here's the important question: which arm are you tugging on?
The one holding the gun.
Perfect.
Yeah. I'm acting like I'm scared and being stupid, but really what I want to do is make him drop the firearm.
Okay, well, that's going to require a roll for sure.
Yeah. But
it's another influence roll.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But this is desperate, so you can mark XP.
Yay, I love XP.
I should probably mark XP too for that.
All right, here we go.
May not be able to.
I don't know if you mark XP for a sense, though.
Fuck! Oh, really? A 1 and a 2.
Oh.
Shit.
They're so...
All right.
This is bad.
See, it is bad because what's going to happen is when you grab his arm, the gun goes off.
Yeah.
Good.
And Polly is shot.
Polly is shot.
I scream, but I'm not faking.
Oh my! if Polly makes it out of this, they're so upset. It's such a bad day for them.
So
Sorry.
I want you to
I'm
make
taking
a resistance roll, a body resistance
Oh
roll.
yeah,
Polly.
do that.
Sure, and just what do I roll for is it just whatever I have in
How
body?
many foot you have in the first column?
Okay.
Do you
Sorry.
have
There's
any?
a lot of scrolling. 1. After a lot of buildup, 1. All
so
right.
You roll 1 die.
I'm gonna share my screen first. Sorry for the dimensions of the screen share. It makes it hard to see.
Yeah.
I always have to scroll down. Whoop. All right, 4.
Not too bad.
That could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Could have been a lot worse.
Let's see.
I just want to escape this, all of us. Not for obviously all our heroes want to escape, but I just want to feel the traumatic situation where we're back at home base and Polly is just like, nobody cares about anything anymore. I gave them insight. I was totally.
All right, so you're gonna take 2 harm.
Okay.
Sorry, Polly.
So you're gonna fill in one of the 1 columns and one of the 2 columns of harm.
I'm gonna see if this will work. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And you've been shot.
Yay.
Sorry, Polly.
All right. So you're gonna have lowered effect and -1 die for the rest of the adventure.
Okay.
What trauma doc package do we have?
That's a good question. Do you have a trauma doc package?
I don't.
That's a good question. Do we have well, we have money in the group account. What could we afford with 1 new yen?
A bet. We'll find out.
Botanist. Let's see if we survive.
Well, here's an important question that might answer that. Where did we just funnel money off to, and who might be able to help us if they find out where it came from? Right. So let's keep that in mind for later, because that could be something
for later. That'll be for like healing afterwards. So yes, bang, the gun goes off. The officer doesn't seem like he was trying to shoot you. He just had poor trigger discipline.
Oh my god.
Jackie comes up behind him and takes so he's got his arm out because he just held the gun. He's probably like a little shaken because he didn't mean for it to go off. Jackie takes the tusk from behind and sticks it right point into his armpit and says, "You're going to drop that gun now, or I'm going to put any amount of pressure on this, and it's going to go in you."
That's a command roll.
It's a command.
Command. I am not great at command, but I'm going to do it anyway. What's my command? I have nothing in command. Can I give myself anything to do the better?
Yeah, you can push yourself, or you can accept a dragon's deal.
Let's do a dragon's deal. Those always sound fun. What's my dragon's deal?
Oh my god.
I'm going to say if the dragon's deal is if you fail this roll. Oh, actually, no. The dragon's deal is what will happen even whether you succeed or fail. You'll have to decide.
So you give it to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. You give me the deal first, and then I can choose. Right? I don't have to accept it. Or okay. Yeah. What is the deal?
I'm going to say the gun's going to get trained on you, or you're going to inflict harm on this guy. Possibly fatal.
So either the gun's going to get trained on me, or he's going to get a fatally wounded. or fatally hurt by this. I feel like I can live with both of those things. So let's do it. So does it mean I get 2 die now instead, or how does this work?
So much heat on
So
us.
you get 1 die.
I get 1 die. Okay.
Yeah, because you would have rolled 2 and kept the lowest. Before.
Perfect.
Now you roll 1.
Question before we commit to this. Oh, did we just roll? Never mind.
That's a 3.
Yeah.
Oh no.
God.
You're gonna get shot and you kill him. Is what's
Okay.
gonna happen now.
That's fine.
Fuck.
I have to roll something to see how much damage to take, right?
Yeah, body.
Started out so good.
So 4 dice for you.
4 dice. 4d6.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna clear it first.
Oh, let me share.
4d6 coming up. A 2, a 4, a 5, and a 5.
Okay. So you will take 2 harm as well.
Okay. Where is my harm track? There we go.
All right. Well, this has gone to shit.
Yeah. And the security guard is dead.
Mm.
You two get out of here. Take the uniform with you. I will deal with the fallout.
Here's a question before we go. It might be too late, but can Frank and I either use flashbacks to give ourselves armor?
Oh, you could actually check off your armor if you want to.
Right, because I haven't done that yet.
that's-
Could I do that and be like, oh well, I was wearing Kevlar underneath this the whole time on the off chance that this went sideways?
You can do that because nobody's used any of your gear yet.
Yeah. Let's loophole it. Yeah. So how much? If I put on light armor, how much does that reduce my damage?
It'll reduce your harm by 1.
If I put on heavy armor,
it'll reduce your harm completely.
Well, I think heavy armor would be a little obvious underneath the catering.
Yeah.
Element. So I'm going to go with light
I think
armor.
you guys
so
are probably on a light loadout for
Yeah.
this, so you can't afford the heavy armor. That's 4.
That's fine. Then I have light armor on. Frank, were you wearing armor by any chance?
I think it'll be slightly more fun if we both stand up afterwards and we're hurt, and then there's a dead guy. We're like, oh god. So yes, I'm wearing armor.
I like the idea that mine. I like the idea though that like mine is like we both rip open our shirts and mine's like actual like nice armor, like little Kevlar, and you open it up and it's just a thick mushroom that's just like over.
Mine is just many layers of band T-shirts that I like.
So
Which I'm even more upset about now.
Funny band T-shirts.
All right, so we've each taken 1 harm, thanks to the fun mechanics of this game. See, I'm learning how to play this one.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, and I forgot about your loadout too, because I would have suggested it otherwise.
Mm.
But this is a good place for us to stop for the evening,
Agreed.
as
got
you are
plans
in
for
a
that
little bit of
corpse.
a pickle.
Oh yeah.
We are.
I think I have an idea for Jackie. I think Jackie's going to be fine in this, but we'll see about the rest of you.
Oh, good.
We'll see
All
about
right.
the rest
Yes,
of
this is
you.
good.
We'll see how you two do. I have an idea for Jackie.
We should make an announcement right now. Next week we are, which would be Monday the something. Somebody find that out for me.
Monday the
Math.
Thanksgiving.
22nd.
Monday the Thanksgiving.
Yes, the
Monday
27th.
the 22nd.
22nd. We are going to be off the air. We're not going to be on. And that's a great time for you to catch up on all the episodes that you would have had to have caught up on to have heard
Before
this
today.
message.
Yep.
Yeah.
So start up another arc if you miss one of our earlier arcs. I once played a teddy bear.
Frank, don't forget the dessert
That's the
challenge that's going
nastiest
on.
Teddy bear I've ever seen.
The nastiest.
Real
Yes. And
terrible.
speaking of nasty teddy bears, this is not gonna translate well.
What do you
Although
call
teddy
them?
grams are one of the cup teddy
Yeah.
grams are on the list, and they're not nasty; they're delicious. We're doing a bracket competition for the holiday best desserts. So you can find us on Twitter at Non-Pro or on the Facebook group for Non-Pro, and you could vote on what the best desserts are. I guess. all my money's on Fudgy the Whale. Really,
I was to say I've never had a Fudgy the Whale or Cookie Puss or anything like that, but I've always wanted to try one. So I really hope that they.
My parents would never buy me those novelty cake pan Carvel desserts.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same cake pan in different shapes. So it's a whale, whatever.
I've never
on it
had
and kid will smell
Fudgy
it.
the Whale. So.
You know what? I don't know if it's on the list, Frank, but it was one I've always wanted, and I used to see it in the supermarket, and I've never gotten it. Is those the big ice cream rolls? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a big long roll. Sometimes it's like orange sherbet or watermelon or something like that.
The watermelon roll is it's not on there, but close is Viennetta.
Oh, Viennetta's good.
Viennetta, yeah.
It is a classic 80s key party dessert, as far as I know.
Yeah.
If you ever seen a commercial for Viennetta, it's definitely something sexy is happening. At that 80s party. Something really raunchy. And on that note, good night, everybody. See you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye. Bye.